Hi, welcome to today's Ask Kelly. So, we've run a few polls recently on social media about what's the number one thing you struggle with the most with your relationship with food. It seems that for our community, which is you, the number one struggle seems to be around overeating, binge eating, and compulsive eating. Now, there are so many different elements to be addressed for these. Today, I want to be able to provide you with a strategy that has the ability to provide powerful and lifelong change. So, bear with me on this one. It's a little bit long, but it is worth it. So, firstly, let's get clear on what the struggles really mean. Overeating means that you eat an amount of food that is more than you would in a normal portion. For you, this may mean that you could have second helpings of a meal. It doesn't happen at every meal, and this could be a habit. It can also occur if you haven't eaten enough throughout the day or if you've gone more than 5 hours without eating, which puts your body into a stress response. And to balance your biochemistry, your body and your brain makes you consume extra food. Then we have binge eating and compulsive eating, which really are different names for the same thing. So, compulsive eating is an older term for what we now classify as binge eating. It means that you consume large amounts of food in a small amount of time. There is a sense of loss of control. You are usually in a mindless state. You're eating for emotional reasons, and the foods that you choose are highly processed. After a binge, you will generally feel overly full and usually sick. Binge eating or compulsive eating is more complex, and it includes factors associated with emotions, food, brain, and body chemistry interactions, mindsets, life experience, and genetics. So, to create positive change, you need to focus on small, achievable actions that really don't overwhelm you. So, as I said, the practical strategy that I'm going to share with you is powerful. It's achievable, and you can create a new positive habit over time for life. Now, overeating and binge eating share two commonalities: the rate at which food is consumed and health issues related to weight. So, food generally tends to be inhaled. The main focus is to try and slow down the rate of eating and chew more. The more you chew, it actually releases the nutrients from the food, allowing it to be more efficiently digested. Now, chewing also significantly reduces the hunger hormone called ghrelin produced by your stomach. And it produces more leptin, which helps you to feel fuller faster. Now, for some of you, this will help you to feel your fullness before you overeat. Yay! It will lead to eating less over time and eventually is a tool to help to balance your biochemistry and hormones, leading to weight loss. And for a lot of you, that's one of your main goals. Now, for binge eaters, this practice is important to engage in during non-binge episodes, because during a binge episode, you're in that out of control state. So what we want to do is create a new systemic habit of chewing more during normal eating. So that way what happens is it carries over into binging episodes. It will not stop a binge. Now, I need that to be really, really clear. But what it will do is it will slow down the rate at which you will eat, it will reduce the amount you eat, and it will stop the binge sooner. So, what we're doing is we're helping your binge episodes, and that's the main aim here. Now, the process starts with slow, deep breaths. And we want to take 5 of those approximately 10 minutes before you start eating every meal and snack. You need to be connected to eating. So please don't game or work when you eat. When you start eating, you need to put either the food or the utensils down between each mouthful. then I want you to chew your food at least a minimum of, get ready for it, 20 times, and then check the texture. Now, this is bare minimum. And if there are no lumps, then you can swallow. But if there are still lumps, keep chewing. For soft foods or more liquid foods, the number of chews might be slightly less. But for tougher foods like steak, the recommendation is at least 40 chews before you check the texture. The aim is to be mindful about the texture before you swallow. You want the texture to be like baby food or mush. I call mush. And so what that's going to do is it's going to help all those processes that I talked about before. It's going to reduce that hunger hormone. It's going to produce more of the hormone to make you feel fuller faster. And it's therefore going to help all the nutrients to be digested within your system. So hence, it's going to help every aspect. So now, really what I'm going to say about this is that people who aren't used to chewing, your jaw's going to get a little bit sore. So just be aware of that, but that will pass. It's just that your muscles aren't used to doing it. Now, importantly also, don't eat with your eyes or outdated thoughts or beliefs like eat everything on your plate. So when you get to about 3/4 of the way through your meal, I want you to hit the pause button and take 5 more slow, deep breaths. Then I want you to check on the fullness level in your stomach. Now, for some of you, I know this is going to be really tough in the beginning because you may not be used to feeling what fullness is, but eventually over time, you'll get to understand what your fullness level is. And what we want to do is for you to feel around that 75% full, and that means that you've had enough. And that means no more food, even if there's food on your plate. So, and I know this will be hard, but you can use the food for a snack, you can put it into leftovers, and what you'll get to start to see is how much you don't need anymore, and automatically you can start putting that off your plate before you serve yourself up. To connect you with this before eating every meal and snack until it becomes your new habit, we've actually created an eating checklist for you. So I suggest that you read it before you start eating, and then also during. And that way what it's going to do is solidify those actions. So you can put it on your phone, you can print it out and laminate it and use it as a placemat. And that's what a lot of my clients do. They put it down in front of them, and that way it constantly reminds them of what they need to do when they're eating. So if you would like a copy of that eating checklist to make it easier so you don't have to write everything down from this video and create your own checklist, then all you've got to do is just click on the link below and fill in the form, and we'll actually send it to you. How easy is that? Now, the more consistent you are in doing this process and slowing down and chewing more, the faster you'll create this positive change in your eating patterns. But realistically, I want you to expect that this is going to take up to roughly 3 months to feel comfortable and to feel like it's part of your new habit. So, I will continue to give you or provide you with more practical knowledge and tools about overeating, binge eating, or compulsive eating. So what I'm going to do now is take out that word compulsive eating and just say binge eating. But if you've got a specific question that you want me to answer around these things because it is your number one struggle, then just send it in to me, because it's easier for me to answer a question that you state very clearly what the issue is, and then I can target the information appropriately. If you want to do this, then again, there's a link below and you can just send in your question to me. So I look forward to hearing from you soon. And if you've got any comments, just pop them below. So talk to you soon. Take care, and here's to chewing, chewing, chewing.